Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic, your host here on this Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be showing you the weekly reset for Destiny 2 on August 6, 2019. Everything has reset from Nightfalls to Flashpoint to everything in the game that has changed and all the special events. So, something I wanted to mention very quickly, when I logged in today, I got a very special message that popped up that said, in Shadowkeep on October 1st, Eververse items will no longer dismantle into Bright Dust, and they recommended dismantling everything you want dismantled before that point. So my assumption is that Bright Dust still exists, but you can no longer get it just by dismantling Bright Dust gear. My assumption is that they're doing this because not enough people are spending money on silver, real life money on silver, and they want to promote that a little bit more. And that also means that Bright Dust is still going to be in the game, so hopefully that means that it'll just be more at Eververse, and just you'll get a lot less of it. Perhaps the economy will change, or perhaps they just want to make it so people have less Bright Dust. But I just wanted to mention that very quickly before we get into the regular weekly reset. For the most part, there's not really anything special or different about the Solstice event than before, but I'll be going through each and every one of those things. Just a kind of intro to just mention Eva, if you haven't seen it already, if you do complete the first helmet, you get the full set of green armor. And if you want to know how to upgrade your armor very fast and efficiently, I made a video 2 days ago, a Solstice guide. It's a very good video with a really nice Word document that you can download yourself. Check that out. You can see on screen now, link in the description down below if you wanted to see it. Just wanted to mention very quickly, powerful engram right here for the weekly bounties in case you wanted it. And of course, there's all the dailies, which are pretty straightforward. Anyways, moving on to the regular weekly reset, talking about the Nightfalls up first, and of course I will mention which one is the highest scoring Nightfall for those of you who want to get the 200k in the Nightfall. And this week, it's looking pretty good. But let's go ahead and get started here. Lake of Shadows, big taking Cabal dude at the end, drops the Malicious Birthright grenade launcher. I believe it's a primary ammo grenade launcher, the only other one outside of the fighting line. Pretty cool there. Next up, the Hollowed Lair, the Fanatic dude at the end of Forsaken Campaign. Lots of enemies throughout this one. Drops the Mindbender's Ambition, a very powerful aggressive frame shotgun these days. And then lastly, Will of the Thousands, the big Worm God Zol at the end of the Warmind campaign. And he drops the Worm God Incarnation Transmat effect, the only Transmat effect in the Nightfalls. As for the highest scoring, it is definitely Hollowed Lair. I think Hollowed Lair is either number 2 or number 3 highest scoring Nightfalls out of all of them. And the fastest one, I think, is going to be Lake of Shadows. There's a bunch of stuff that you can skip through, even though it is a long path. Will of the Thousand blocks you off multiple times, and that's why I would think that Lake of Shadows is faster. The heroic burn for the week is going to be Void Singe, and the modifier right now is Iron and Heavyweight, a great modifier for a lot of things. Moving on to the weekly rotating Crucible playlist, we have doubles, 2v2, pretty straightforward. Moving on to the Reckoning modifiers, this week it will be Solar Singe, and right now it is Attrition and Grenadier, a kind of so-so daily lineup. As for the Flashpoint, this week it'll actually be taking place on Mars. I've seen this glitch before where the adventure does not appear. I think it has to do with the fact you have to get the adventure directly from Anna. So if you don't see the adventure here and you can't access it, just go over to Anna and you should be able to get it from her. Of course, the Flashpoint is completed with public events, lost sectors, and heroic adventures. And because we're already here, let's go ahead and talk about Escalation Protocol. This week, it will be the shotgun. That's because last week was all 3, and next week will be the SMG. And if you do not have the Ikelos_SG, get it. It is so worth it. Now, I don't know how worth it's going to be in the next DLC, but given that it is one of the top dogs, the most applicable and useful weapon for special ammo and PvE, you're going to want to get yourself one. It is not, obviously it's not going to slay everything in the game, but it is the best shotgun and best shotgun variety, and shotguns are the best, so do go and get it. As for the Dreaming City, it is in its strongest curse week, so if you're looking to do the story missions, or if you're also looking to do Shattered Throne, it is available this week. Now, something very important to note, if you need to go do the solo or duo Shattered Throne for masterworking your legendary Solstice armor, this is going to be the only opportunity to do so during the event. That being said, I do believe, because it did happen last time and it does make sense, you do not need to do that part during the event. So as long as you get the legendary armor set, technically you should be able to complete the Shattered Throne any week after you get that set, and it should work just fine. The reason that is because you don't need the statue in the tower. See more information in that Solstice guide video. As for the Ascendant Realm, I believe it's going to be in Ophelian's Rest. It's going to be the first one in the series. This is the one where you just go out and defeat those little, those blights in the umbrellas, the 4 blights around, and then you defeat the little crystals in the middle. And of course, a friendly reminder to go pick up the powerful bounties from Spider if you haven't already, and if you do want to get that powerful bounty. As for the menagerie, this week for normal mode will be Void Singe, and the daily right now is going to be Iron and Heavyweight. It's a pretty good daily to work with either way. As for the heroic version, it's going to be Extinguish, Iron, Blackout, and Void Singe. Again, there is no good one. Sometimes there's like Grenadier or something. I don't know why sometimes they just have bad ones and sometimes they have good ones. And for the boss this week, it will be Hasapiko, the big Minotaur dude with the shield wall. Moving on to Eververse's inventory, showing off everything that she does have on sale, on offer, and something that I want to mention very quickly, immediately, something that I missed. If you go to the Solstice section, the armor glows are being sold for bright dust. So you can see here, it's either silver or bright dust. I didn't see that in my reset video. I did see it in my guide. That's just something that I wanted to mention. You can buy every single one of these for bright dust and you don't need real money. Anyways, moving on with the reset stuff. First of all, for the bright dust stuff, we have things like First Light, an ornament for the Borealis, which is actually a really nice ornament, I might add. You also got a Public Defender shell, and of course the 150 Sparrow. As for the event page, nothing has actually changed. This event page will stay the same for the entirety of the event. Something I just wanted to mention very quickly is that this Ghost Shell is actually a Guiding Light and a Public Defender at the same time. I've never seen a Ghost Shell actually have both of these perks on them. Just wanted to mention that because it's a bit unique. Moving on to the other bright dust purchases, we have things like Breathe In, we have the Ghost Shell, another Guiding Light. There's a lot of Guiding Light in this event. Another Guiding Light with the shades on the Ghost. We have the Guiding Light Defender Ghost Shell. If you missed it, you can still get it. You have the Boat Sparrow if you want it, the Silly Handshake, the Flick of the Wrist, and a Ghost Projection here. This line is actually the same from before, and obviously you have your weekly Eververse bounties, and if you haven't already, get these weekly Eververse bounties because you're gonna want to get as much as much bright dust as possible to purchase as many things as possible, because you only can get these things through purchase. Okay, so we're gonna be moving on to my Prime Engram opening, loot box opening, giveaway part of my videos. Now, before we get into the Cryptarch, I want to mention very quickly, I am not doing all of them for the giveaway. We're just doing it for the first item, but we will be opening every single one of them. Actually, let's do it for the first 2 items, because last week we didn't get anything. Now, I have a lot of Prime Engrams, because I've been playing a lot on these characters. I did have 10, but I had to use one of them to get rid of the legendary stuff in my Postmaster. I have played a lot on each of my characters. Anyways, let's go ahead and do my loot box opening. Basically, I do a giveaway if I call out something and I do end up getting what I call out. So if we're going to be doing the first 2, let's go ahead and call out a heavy weapon. So if I get a heavy weapon out of the first 2, I will be doing a giveaway on my Discord. Let's go ahead and open the first 2. Oh, I saw a weapon. Okay, so we did not end up getting a heavy. Just out of curiosity, let's see if we get a heavy out of any of the rest of these items to see. Oh, well, there it is. We did end up getting a heavy. Out of space, huh? So that's it. There is no heavy, there is no giveaway for next week, but stay tuned. Next week I will be opening up 3 different ones, or I'll be calling out 3 different slots to see what I get. I just need to clearly clear this out really quick. Oh, hey, look! There's a 10th one right here! Wow, okay, so I had 11. Alright, I played too much on one character. This grind sucks! I tell you what though, like, getting a ton of bounties and doing public events and strikes, you get a lot of experience. You get a ton of experience. Because I'm getting bright engrams and prime engrams all damn day, man. It's crazy. Hey, look, 750 power. Bleh. Hey, look, 750 power. Bleh. Hey, look, 750 power. Bleh. Who cringed? I want to know. Man, it looks like I'm almost done with the blue set, and then you look at them and you're like, oh, half the mini bosses, oh, fucking orbs, and oh, 10 gather matches. Man, this grind sucks. Moving on to Hawthorne's inventory, showing off her clan bounties and her weekly raid challenges. Clan bounties, you have things like Nightfall, Crucible, Raid, and Menagerie runs through clanmates, and this is a powerful gear. Again, you need to be max level clan to be able to get this. Moving on to the weekly raid challenges for the Last Wish raid, we have Fight Forever. It's going to be part of the Vorgith encounter, not Vorgith, the Morgith encounter. It's going to be the Ogre section. Basically, don't kill the regular ogres below his feet, the smaller ones. Just don't kill any of those, and you should be able to get get it pretty easily. A very easy challenge, to be honest. Next up, hold the line. It's going to be the first section of the Scourge of the Past raid. Basically, you just need to do things faster. Don't let the battery get to halfway or the red section of the battery. And then lastly, the limited blessings, which I believe is the first section of the raid. Not actually the only one I've actually done in the Crown of Sorrows raid, is basically only 2 people can have the buff the entire time you're doing that section. So you basically have to have only 2 people with the buff, and they have to just do a little bit more work. And of course, you can only trade it to 2 other people each time you want to trade it. So there's going to be like 2 people that don't ever get the buff, which is totally fine. Just realizing I have a shotgun and a loaded question at the same time. Oh yeah, it must be Dim. Yeah. Dim mess with my weapons. Okay. And finally, moving on to Benedict 9940's inventory. Every time I get to Benedict, I go, am I forgetting something? There's something I've missed, right? So let me know in the comments if I've missed something. Every time I get here, I get this weird feeling. But moving on, first of all, you can only get 3 of these a week if you still need Imperials to upgrade your chalice. I do not, so I will not be getting any more of these. You can only get 3 of them a week. On top of that, the barge, of course, has reset. So if you are looking to go get the chests for runes and stuff, the barge has reset as well. As far as the available bounties, it will be the Vanguard week, so it's going to be the first iteration. That includes just getting experience through everything in the system, getting 10 Vanguard bounty daily bounties completed, getting kills with submachine guns, shotgun sidearms, and swords, and then finally looting legendary engrams on the ground in any activity. All of these are things I'm doing during this goddamn grind, so I'm getting every single one of them. Moving on to this second page for the gear. What is this? Oh yeah, it's accurate. Moving on to the second page here, the different gear pieces. In case you're interested in any one of these gear pieces, they are available for the little red section there. And then the submachine gun is the option today. Submachine guns are not really that meta, in my opinion. Recluse is really good, and some of the machine guns are nice, but a year 1 submachine gun, really nothing to snuff at. The only thing you're looking at here, by the way, is going to be a Midnight Coup and an Inaugural Address. That's the only gun that matters here. And that is pretty much it. That's the end of the video. I'm actually going to end the video right here, right next to Benedict. I'm not going to run away like I usually do. I'm just going to sit here and wait for one of these robots to give me a fusion dance. But that's it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below if I did miss something, if you had any questions, if you had some fun time during the solstice, or if you learned something new. Let me know. But that's it. My name's Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.